All right.
So
So
go
it
back to
should be
Discord.
live. No. We should be good here. I'm just. I'm the only one. Okay. I'm just trying to get everything working. Okay. There we go. I'm figuring out why things aren't working. We got it all. Woo! Are we live on YouTube, Jeremy? Do you know?
Not
Um,
we
yeah, we're
were.
live.
We're
Yeah, we're live.
live. I did it right. Beautiful. Well, Jeremy, if you want to do the intro,
All right.
as always.
Okay,
Hey,
let
we're
me.
finally getting started. Let's
Are
go.
we here? Are we working?
I don't see the
Mhm.
live on YouTube on the thing.
I got an alert.
Hey, we're finally getting started.
Yeah. We are live. Okay.
Oh, how come it's not on the thing? Or is it through someone else?
What do you mean?
Because usually on Zoom you see live on YouTube somewhere.
Well, no, that's because I'm doing it through OBS, so it's different.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So it's like, because like if you go on the YouTube, like we have our logo, because it's on mine, it's Jeremy's in the top left, I'm in the top right, and then you're in the bottom middle. To your, like to the right of you is our logo,
Gotcha.
and then it says the Triple Threat Show. A little bit more pizzazz to it, even though it's
I get it now. Yeah.
yeah. Could be a little bit better, but it was last minute that we threw this all together. Or not
Anyway.
It's fair.
But yeah.
Good morning,
Anyways.
everybody. Welcome to the Triple
Morning.
Threat Show on WXJM.
Wasn't ready for that.
Nope, we are not on WXJM. I lied.
Your
Sorry, I
sense
was
of
so
time.
into the
Creature of
thing.
habit.
Yeah, we're not on WXJM. We are live on YouTube at the Triple Threat Show. And today,
Yeah, we can curse on YouTube.
you can, yeah.
Yeah.
We have quite the show for you. This honestly is the perfect day to do a show because, first of all, the series ended for all of the hockey games.
Oh yeah. Crazy
They
hockey weekend.
they ended for all of the basketball. Round 2 ended, and that's about it. Why it's the perfect time, but
Yeah.
it's
I
the
mean, if
perfect
baseball is happening, baby, I gotta move that. Sorry, guys. I had to pull up Google so I could research, but or not
Okay.
research, but I've been busy. I haven't been able to watch all the games, so I need to like Google stuff as we go along, so I can contribute.
time. It's true.
That's true.
We're gonna start the show off real quick with the JME Sports Report.
Jamie Sports Report, gotta do.
There's not much going on there. There was just a couple of things, just some housekeeping. The women's lacrosse team was in the playoffs. They won their first round game against UConn.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, they did lose their second round game.
There goes
against
the win
Loyola.
streak.
Yeah. 6th seed.
They got to 11. They tied it, I guess, if you want to count it like that. But they tied it, and they'll look to do bigger and better things next year.
Well, isn't it that like the postseason doesn't count, so they still have like the regular season? They still have that regular season win streak going.
You're right. You're right. They
yeah.
do. If you want to look at it that way, then
Yeah,
the regular season win streak is still going.
which is all that really matters, really.
Yeah, you're right. It is the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, and I think most of the team is returning, besides Dougherty.
Yeah, she's out.
That's a big loss, though.
Yeah,
like a massive
when you
loss.
lose your goaltender. That's a big oof, especially to her caliber.
Sorry, real quick. Never mind. We can keep having this conversation.
No. What's up?
No, I was like quick checking Instagram, like because I was gonna post that like, hey, sorry for the delay, like technical difficulties. We're live now. And I noticed on the Triple Threat Show account, Shane and I both reposted your story.
Yeah, I was gonna message you about that. I was kind of hoping you would take your own pictures, but no, it's just a bad picture of me on there.
Well, no, we both reposted it on the Triple Threat story, so there's two. We reposted it twice. I'm deleting
Jeremy
one
squared.
of them. I deleted mine. But or Jane's. I don't know whose is whose. But one of them is gone now.
Yours went up first, Hayden. So
Did it?
Yeah. Because you also both reposted my face to your own story.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I
Who wouldn't wanna
listen.
see
I
your
was
face?
cooking. I had just gotten off work. I was in a hurry.
We forgot before we got into things. I forgot to ask you guys how your week's been. I was so excited to get into the thrill of things. So,
Yeah.
So how have you guys been doing? I'm Jeremy Lapidus, by the way.
I'm a
There's
naked.
been
So organized today.
This is the Triple Threat Show deconstructed. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
Our first show on Zoom in a
OBS
while.
decided to not record their audio for some reason, so we scrambled around for a while. But yeah, Triple Threat Show on the YouTube. I'm Jeremy Lapidus, joined as always by my two friends and co-hosts,
Shane.
and
Hayden Raymer. Oh, that reminds me. Oh, I almost knocked over all of my baked beans onto my mouse pad.
just a baby.
My dinner is baked beans and a cheesesteak and ginger ale because
Lovely.
Yeah, I just got my Diet Coke with me.
Cool T's solved. We live on the YouTube.
Anyway, how's your week been? It's been a week.
I found out I passed my class, so we're happy about that.
That's the important part.
Yeah,
good.
all that matters is that we passed. So.
Oh,
Yes.
Shane, I don't think I talked to you about this.
About what?
So the class Jeremy and I have together, the intro to sports communication, or not sports communication, intro to don't what?
Okay, keep going.
Intro to public relations. What?
Nothing.
What?
Keep going. No, keep
Jeremy
going.
sounds so enthused about
No,
this.
keep going. Keep going.
No, listen. I understand that, I'm happy with my grade. She doesn't round up her grades, right? No matter
Okay.
what.
I thought you were gonna go to the second half of this conversation, and
No.
I was not prepared for that again.
No. I can go there if you want that.
No, please don't.
Anyways, so she doesn't round up her grades, right? At all. She was very strict about it, sent down an email. But I was hoping, because I was absent with, a fever because I got sick,
Yeah.
I was hoping that losing those 2 absences, that, they don't harm me, would bring my grade from the 89 that I had to an A-, which, hey, that's a big difference GPA-wise. She didn't quite do that. She didn't remove the absences, but I'm sitting at an 89.94 in the class.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
It's awful.
If only I did 1% better on my test.
0.1%, but well, no, 0.1%.
Only I got one more question right on my final. We have an A-, but that was the sadness. And then I told Jeremy.
No.
That she was no longer my favorite professor that I had that semester.
Okay. Shane, I will send you the text of what he actually said, but
Gotcha.
I'm already on it.
I'm so excited.
You shouldn't be. Yeah. That's the story there. But I got home.
So did I. Yeah.
That's good.
I'm currently in my twin brother's room because my older brother's trying to sleep and he complains that he can hear me talk through the wall, so I had to move.
There you go, Shane. I sent you the text.
Can't wait to see this.
No, please do. Anyway, I thought we'd get that started. Yeah, no, that's yeah, no. The answer to that is exactly.
Professor.
I know.
Sorry, I just can't.
Anyways.
All right, moving on.
Anyway, we have one more piece of JMU
Yeah, one more
news.
piece of news. Yeah.
What's our news?
Yeah, the women's track and field team won their first ever ECAC title. What did you have, Shane?
Oh, I was gonna say that Mike Green signed with the Bucks,
Did sign with the Bucks.
joining other Dukes. The Bucks just like signing Dukes.
Yeah, the Bucks have a lot of them. That's where
Yeah, they have 3 on the roster right now. So good for Mike Green. He's going to be on that.
Parra just retired.
Who?
Gerardo Parra.
He retired a while ago.
No, he just retired.
He retired a while ago.
He officially retired.
There was stories about that 2 weeks ago.
Nope, I just got the alert. It's not going to show.
Because from who?
From ESPN.
Why is ESPN talking about Gerardo Parra? Anyways,
Because he's going to become a special assistant to the GM for the Nats.
yes.
I don't know. It's not important. Anyway, I just got that alert.
He's assistant to the general manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna put that right there. All right, perfect. Sorry, I'm making. Oh wait, no, because of Shane's earbuds, we can't do that. No. Sorry, I'm putting everyone's name a little bit bigger so that everyone knows who's who.
Oh yeah, that's important.
That is important.
That's
Anyways,
really good. It's really good work you're doing.
thank
Anyway,
you.
yeah, the JMU won their first ever ECAC title for track and field.
Hey.
So congratulations to them. And then summer started. So I think that's it for the JMU Sports Report for now.
Our favorite segment, honestly.
It's my favorite segment. That's why I start the show off with
It's your. I thought. Are you even lying to me?
No, I would never. Oh, speaking of, I need to add another filter to my. I need to add another background filter.
Hayden feels so betrayed right now.
I do feel so betrayed. I thought
all this time you told him his favorite segment was Hayden's question of the week.
It is my favorite segment.
But you just said the sports report was your favorite segment.
Well, it's not because I lied.
What do you mean? We're famous for the Jamie Sports Report. I don't know what you're talking about.
Where is it?
Mine's gonna be really big. It's honestly gonna take up the entire screen. My name right there. Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah. What do you guys think? Can you guys? Oh wait, you guys probably don't have the YouTube open, do you?
No,
I do have it open. I'm taking a look at it.
Yeah, isn't that so great?
Hayden, look at my new background.
It's just.
It's sweats. You can't even see the top part of it.
You see my eyes.
They're piercing into my soul.
He's watching you. Here, I got another one for you, Shane.
Oh.
You're singing to my soul.
Oh, it's not short hair freshman Shane.
Anyway. Sorry, I was just preparing for later in the show.
I somehow. Okay, never mind. I turned my name upside down.
Yeah, I'm watching this YouTube replay here.
Okay.
This is going great, guys.
Thank you.
Anyway,
We're having a great show.
Yeah,
Extremely organized.
I'm gonna eat more of my baked beans now.
Everything is working.
Everything has gone according to plan.
Shane, do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about some hockey.
Oh, I would love to talk about some hockey.
Me too.
The Caps lost.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
But there was so much news that happened in hockey besides the playoffs.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, well, did you see that Peter DeBoer got fired today? The head
did.
coach for the Vegas Golden Knights.
He did get for the Vegas Golden Knights, yes.
Yeah, so Barry Trotz, they're probably going to go try to sign him, throw a whole bunch of money at him.
That's okay. The Ducks are gonna get him.
The Ducks?
Mm-hmm.
The Ducks have to fire their head coach first.
They do it.
They should.
Clean
But
house.
that doesn't mean they will.
Anyway, sorry, I'm having fun with this. The playoffs. You want to talk about the not playoffs first? We can talk about the not playoffs first.
So one of my favorite players growing up, Patrick Marleau. So when I was really little, my favorite animal was a shark, right? And then when I found out there's a hockey team called the San Jose Sharks, they were my favorite team for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wore number 12, and this guy also wore number 12. So for a while, this guy was my favorite player. So Patrick Marleau, he finally retired. I thought he retired last season, but I guess he's officially retiring or something.
Yeah.
So he has the most games played in NHL history, over
Retired.
1,700 games. So like after he was drafted in 1997, he was an 18-year-old, and he played a full 82-game season when he was 18, and he's pretty much played almost a full season since. So he had very few injuries throughout his career, which is very impressive. And he's the all-time one of the all-time greatest San Jose Sharks, has over 500 goals, has 2 Olympic gold medals, and just a really good career, really good guy. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, unfortunately, because he was never really an elite player. He was more like a really good above average player, but there was never really a time where he was actually elite. But he was definitely a really good player and a really solid career.
He's like the type of guy where you're like, talking with some friends, talking hockey, and you're like, hey, you remember this guy? They're like, oh yeah, he was pretty good,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just so weird. Like, dang, he broke Gordie Howe's record for most games played. And that's mostly because 82 game seasons, Gordie Howe played until his 50s, but they didn't have as long of seasons back in the day.
So really, if you convert it, he only played into his 40. So
yeah.
If he converts to what?
Games.
Oh, okay. I don't know. That must be a new religion. I haven't heard of it.
Yeah. So we can also start off more award nominees came out. So we can discuss that before we get into the playoffs.
I would love to.
All right. So first off, the MVP award. The final 3 finalists were Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews, and Igor Shesterkin.
90%.
And I think Johnny Gaudreau and Kirill Kaprizov really were snubbed from this list.
Sure you do.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Sounds like pretty Homer to me.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some slight bias to that opinion.
Hey, most valuable player. What are the Minnesota Wild without Kirill Kaprizov?
The Minnesota Wild?
A very not
without
good team.
Kirill
Yeah.
Kaprizov.
Our best player in franchise history. I think he should have gotten a nomination, or at least Johnny Gaudreau should have. Johnny Gaudreau had such a good season
disagree.
too.
I think they got the top 3 players in the league this year, my man.
I thought maybe Johnny Gaudreau should have got that 3rd spot over Igor Shesterkin, but
look.
Your opinion is wrong.
I'm looking at you right now, and I'm telling you right now that disrespectfully, I disagree with you.
I disrespectfully disagree with you.
Everything about what you said shocks me to my core.
Do you even know hockey?
I don't believe you even know how to lace up a skate. How dare you say something like that?
Well, I don't see what's so wrong with my opinion.
It's just wrong. It's outrageous. I can't believe you think Johnny Gaudreau and Kirill Kaprizov were better than Austin Matthews and Connor
McDavid. They could have switched out for the 3rd spot for Igor Shesterkin.
Next to the sky's blue.
Look, I could have put my name in the 3rd spot. It wouldn't make any more sense.
All I'm saying is that maybe one of them could be the 3rd spot for the finalist over Igor Shesterkin, because I think for most valuable player, I think they could have gone up there as well. They deserve some honorable mentions.
Honorable mention doesn't count for anything.
I mean, they have how many votes? It's I forget. This is voted on by writers, right?
Yeah, it's
like a 3-player ballot.
I think it's a 5-player ballot.
Okay, so they're gonna have down ballot votes. It's just they're not in the top 3, which is I mean, it's still, if you're a top 5 MVP finisher, it's still impressive. No one remembers who's top 3 and who's top 5. It's just kind of at the end of the year or at the end of your career.
Yeah, and I'm not saying Johnny Gaudreau and Kaprizov should win it. I'm just saying they should be other names that should be thrown out there who also could have competed for this award.
Yeah, we know. We're being dumb,
stupid.
dumb ESPN analysts. Making fun of them real quick.
And so, who do you guys have winning the MVP?
Matthews.
I don't have the numbers pulled up.
I have Matthews.
Austin Matthews put up a 60-goal season. He's
first time someone's put up a 60-goal season in 10 years.
Most goals by an American-born player. He just blew everyone out of the water. He set records for the Leafs. What is he? He broke the single-season goal record for the Leafs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's an MVP. Yeah.
And then Connor McDavid has a good argument for the award, but it's just I feel there's a lot of voter fatigue. But Connor McDavid didn't get 60 goals, something that hasn't been done in 10 years, which is highly impressive.
Man, he
highly
had 123
impressive.
points though. He also
Yeah.
leads.
Well, we're gonna get to that 122 points later for a different reward. So next up, we got Rookie of the Year. The finalists are Moritz Seider for the Detroit Red Wings,
Nope.
Trevor Zegras of the Anaheim Ducks, and
That's
then
the
Michael
one.
Bunting.
I've got 2 words. I got 3 words to say to you, Shane.
Quack, quack, baby.
Quack, quack, baby. I think one of the finalists should be Troy Terry as well. I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding.
Is he serious? I don't know.
Me neither.
No.
He played 50 games last season, so I guess that still considers him a rookie.
Does it?
Well, because Michael Bunting played 20 games he played like 16 games last season, and he's still considered a rookie this year.
It's probably like a service time or time on ice thing.
Yeah, and Michael Bunting's also like 26 years old.
Get him out of here.
So Michael Bunting, I believe he's the same age as Nathan MacKinnon, right? Nathan MacKinnon won the Rookie of the Year in 2014.
In all seriousness. This is Trevor Zegras' award. It was his to lose at the All-Star break. And because of the publicity he brought to the NHL, I think he gets it.
Yeah.
He also just played outstanding, but I think it's his award. I wouldn't be shocked if the dude from the Red Wings win.
Moritz Seider, just phenomenal season as a rookie defenseman.
But all the media attention that Zegras got with his flashy play, I feel like that's his award.
It seems like public opinion has Moritz Seider favored to win it right now, just because he was 4th in points in rookies. He also led rookies in assists as a defenseman, and he also has an impressive highlight reel of him just bodying like grown men. Like he's still like a teenager, and you just see him just demolishing guys who have like twice the experience he does. So, and I support my fellow defenseman. He's such a good defenseman. He's probably their number 1 defenseman for years to come. I think Moritz Seider, this is his award.
Okay.
All right.
I trust you.
Yeah.
I don't.
Okay. Fair. It's valid. That's your opinion.
But Trevor Zegras,
It
though,
might be
great
wrong,
season, very
It's not
entertaining
wrong.
player.
I don't do opinions. I do facts.
Facts don't care about your opinion.
Yeah, that's why I don't do them.
And then the final award we have is the Ted Lindsay Award, which is the most outstanding player. So who had the most outstanding regular season as voted upon by the NHL Players Association?
That doesn't count. That's not
So it's MVP, but by the players
Yeah.
instead of the
Pretty much.
writers.
It's like who was pretty much. This is by like your peers.
Okay, so it's either going to go to the actual MVP or some dude that is not even in contention because players see things that we don't.
So
I mean, it's either Matthews or McDavid. I feel
So
like.
yeah, so the final 3 were Austin Matthews, Roman Josi, and Connor McDavid. Really surprised by the Roman Josi one,
I'm not.
just because again, like Johnny Gaudreau, Huberdeau, Kirill Kaprizov, Shesterkin. Like Josi had a phenomenal season too. It's just there was a lot of other guys who could have taken that 3rd spot that I'm surprised
Seeing
to
a
see.
defenseman put up the kind of offensive numbers that he put up along with the defensive play he had, that's going to earn you a lot of respect around the league with your peers.
Well, I guess, yeah, he was the first defenseman to put up a 90-point season in over 20 years. So,
And it's not like he was a slouch on the defensive end either, you know? Having that kind of skill both ways earns you a lot of respect among your peers. So I think it's his. I think it's either his or Matthews.
for the most outstanding player,
Yeah, it's either his or Matthews.
I think this goes to McDavid or Matthews.
Yeah.
Because for Hart,
Why not throw the 3rd one in there so you know you'll be right?
well, because I feel like for both of these awards, it's going to be down to Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid.
Okay.
I mean,
So I feel like those two just had you have a 60-point season. I mean, a 60-goal season by Austin Matthews, and then Connor McDavid's just the best player in the league. He put up the most points again, and he still looks like the best player in the league, unquestionably. And there's probably a lot of voter fatigue for Connor McDavid because he's already won it like 2 or 3 times. But
Hayden,
there's not another
you know
reason
that
to not pick him.
that Austin Matthews had 60 goals this year?
I did know that.
And did you know that Connor McDavid led the leagues in points for like the 5th time in a row?
I also know that Austin Matthews led in offensive point shares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hayden, did you know that Austin Matthews is the first American-born player to score 60 goals ever?
I also know that he led the NHL in goals per game. By a wide margin, too.
Hayden, did you know that Austin Matthews?
I'm going to leave the Zoom call.
Did he know that Connor McDavid led the league in points per game?
Hayden. Hayden, did you know that Roman Yossi put up 90 points as a defenseman?
Jeremy. Did you know that Stephen Kwan won Rookie of the Month during the month of April?
Hayden, did you know that Albert Pujols pitched last night?
I did. I can't wait to talk about that.
Hayden, Shane, sorry, I forgot you were here. Shane, did you know that hockey playoffs are going on?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Should we get into the discussion about them?
Yeah.
All right, what series do you want to cover first?
I want to talk about the Stars. The Stars.
Your favorite
Because-
team of the playoffs so far?
They're out now,
Yeah.
but I want to talk about Jake Ottinger last night.
Oh, he was so good.
Were you up watching that game? I know Hayden wasn't.
I was not watching that game, but it's
That is a
just
shame. Oh my
throughout
God.
this watching that series, it was just Ottinger was easily the best player of that series.
Game 7, Ottinger was first of all, that was an of all time performance.
Yeah.
That was the greatest game I've ever seen a hockey player put together. Man had he set a record for saves in regulation, a playoff record. And it wasn't just like simple saves, these were like high quality chances. This was the best hockey game I've ever seen in individual play.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
They wasted it.
yeah, they couldn't get the win.
I was watching this game. I was starting to doze off because it was 1:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
And I had this game on, and there was just so much going on, and I started to doze off, and then they scored, and I was pissed. I was like, I just watched maybe the greatest goalie performance of all time. Maybe. I said maybe.
Maybe.
It's up there.
Maybe the greatest goalie performance
Unfortunately,
of all time, and it didn't mean anything.
Yeah, it's just that the most important stat for a goalie is the win column, and it's kind of hard to put it up there if you don't get the win at the end of the day.
That's not his fault though.
Yeah, I'm not taking that away from
fault.
Jake. I'm not taking that away from Jake.
Goalie
Ottinger.
wins don't
But
matter.
in order to have the greatest goalie game of all time, you got
Goalie wins don't matter, Shane.
Shane, I don't think I can stress enough how insane. You need to go back and watch that game.
Goalie wins do not matter.
Shane, I know you weren't watching this live. You need to go back, get the cut of this game, and you need to sit down and you need to watch it. And once you've done that, I need you to come back and tell me that was not one of the greatest performances of all time.
Yeah, it's probably one of the greatest playoff performances of all time.
No, not playoff performances of all time. I'm not exaggerating here. I've never been more in awe of a hockey player than I was last night watching Jake Ottinger play.
Yeah. It's just for a goaltending performance. It's just we're talking about greatest of all time performances. Like it's probably going to be up there for it, but it's probably not. It's going to be overshadowed by the fact that unfortunately his team still lost by the end of the day.
Look,
that's not on him though.
In
yeah,
he can't control his line.
I'm saying individually he had a great game, but it's kind of going to get shadowed by the fact, unfortunately,
in baseball, still lost. Some of the greatest pitching performances of all times have come in losses.
Yeah, like what happened with the Cincinnati Reds this week.
That wasn't one of the greatest of all times.
Nah,
I
mean,
I just think it's funny they didn't have like technically it was a no-hitter, but
it technically wasn't.
It was a no-hitter.
No, all the bottom scrolls on ESPN was like, it doesn't count as a no-hitter in the books because they didn't pitch 9 innings, which is stupid.
No, it's an 8 inning because they lost because they were
Yeah,
the away
it's
team.
dumb. Anyway, my point is, Hayden, and I'm sure I can't think of one off the top of my head, but some of the greatest pitching performances of all time have come in losses.
No, there's 100% times where like a guy threw like 12 innings because his team just couldn't score, or they just kept staying tied in extras, and they just lost because they just his team couldn't do anything.
But I know I haven't watched hockey for
Yeah.
the 75 however long it's been a thing, but I've watched hockey for long enough that I can tell when shit is insane, and what he did last night was something special. That was, I honestly don't have the words to describe how incredible what he did last night was.
Yeah.
Um,
He's definitely has a great future for the Dallas Stars. He's also gonna get paid this offseason.
Deserves it.
Yeah.
If that's the last game of hockey he ever plays, I think he'd go out happy. That's a lie. I don't think he did. He
that's
lost
not. He lost.
That's a lie.
For him that
Yeah.
hurts. But like
Yeah.
it's again, if we're like analyzing the situation here, like we can't hold the fact that he lost the game against him because he had like a 950. What was the save percentage on
he had
that?
a save percentage going into Game 7, on the series of 950. That went way up.
What was his save percentage of that game?
He gave up 3 goals on like 60 shots or something like that. So I don't know what that save percentage is, but it's something insane.
It would be a 9.5 if it was 3.
Yeah, 0.95-ish save percentage.
I think it was a 63. Wasn't it 63 here?
I don't know the exact number. I know it was at least 60. It was insane.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was one of that was probably the greatest performance I've ever seen in any sport.
Again, I didn't see the game. Like, I'm not taking that away from you. It's just if I watched the game, I'd probably have more to say to it. But yeah, Jake Ottinger was insane that series. Just some of the saves he came up with. It's just that fortunately for the Flames, they had Johnny Gaudreau, and Johnny Gaudreau really stepped up that series. He was the best offenseman out there.
It was a 0.95. It was a 0.955 save percentage for that
That's
game.
insane.
And
on the series,
saved
on the
64
series,
times.
Yeah.
On the series, he has something around a 9.5.
Yeah. He was the only reason why that series was close.
Absolutely.
Because Calgary outplayed them
in every single
in everything except Jake Ottinger.
Yeah.
So shout out to Jake Ottinger.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Friend of the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Other series. I needed to talk about that game.
Yeah.
Other series. Another Game 7, another overtime. The Rangers came back from a 3-1 deficit against the Penguins to advance. Sidney Crosby got hurt.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby didn't play Game 6, and then having a third string goalie finally caught up to Pittsburgh. Louis Domingue kind of let in a weak one in the last minute of that game. It was just a slap shot from Chris Kreider, hit the goalie, went up over shoulder into the net.
Right, but they got Crosby and they got Tristan Jarry back for Game 7.
They were both playing hurt, and yeah, they got it to overtime, but it's just unfortunate power play. And then Artemi Panarin buried it.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game?
The Game 7 overtime?
Yeah.
I watched the third period and overtime.
That's all that matters. Third period. Rangers are down 1. They basically get a power play because dude rips off helmet.
Yeah.
Talk about that. I don't know too much about that rule.
Oh, yeah. So it's like, yeah, the rule is if you lose your helmet, you have to get off the ice. Or apparently on the broadcast, they were saying, or you can put your helmet back on immediately. So I think the player wasn't aware of the rule and he was just in the heat of the moment. He was just like complaining to the ref and just trying to get off the ice. But it's just an unfortunate circumstance where your just helmet falls off.
Did it fall off or did dude pull it off?
I'm just trying to remember. It was just such a weird play where it's just, normally your helmet doesn't come off. And if he's able to pull it off, I don't know how tight you have that thing to your head. And again, I don't have a good memory of the play, but it was just kind of like just bad luck. It was just an unfortunate circumstance. And you just gotta find a way to get through it. Because you had overtime to make up for that mistake. You still gave up a goal on the power play. Like, you're going to have bad luck or shit call or unfortunate circumstance in a game. You just got to find a way to overcome it. It's just, for me, it's not a huge deciding factor on that.
It's fair.
You said it was in the third period?
Third period, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to pull the video of it.
Last goal of regulation.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
So the more interesting thing now that the Pittsburgh Penguins are eliminated is just as I said before, this is the last time we may see Crosby, Letang, and Malkin together.
Right.
Just they've been a huge part of Pittsburgh for so many years, and I heard they're not close in contract negotiations. We'll see what happens with that, but who knows what Pittsburgh's going to be now.
Couple more series.
That sucks.
Couple more series. Did you watch it?
No, I'm trying to find it. They don't. The game recap I'm watching doesn't have it in there.
All right.
But I mean, losing that core together sucks. I don't like watching, not dynasties, but you know what I mean. Like,
it was a dynasty.
Yeah, dynasties falling apart sucks.
Yeah, it's just like all the older players who are elite are now like getting replaced by the likes of McDavid and Matthews. So it's just I don't know. It's just funny.
Those two should just fight.
They should fight.
Mm-hmm.
Who would win?
I don't know.
Who are we referring to?
Austin Matthews and David. Imagine two best players in the league. I feel like
Matthews could tank a few more hits.
Who would hit harder though? Is the question. Who's taller?
Oh, McDavid's definitely taller and lankier, so I feel like he has the reach advantage.
And he said he could take more hits, or did he say Matthews could take
I know, but Austin Matthews is a bit more bulky of a guy.
Mm-hmm. He's got the weight advantage.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So, I wouldn't know who wins that fight.
It's not important.
It's very important, actually. Well, think of the headlines. Think of the headlines, guys.
You can analyze this on your own, but we've got some more NHL series.
Yeah, speaking of Austin Matthews.
Yeah, speaking of
the Toronto curse continues.
This is now 5 years in a row where not only have they lost in the first round, but they've lost Game 7 of the first round.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a couple videos breaking down how improbable it was, and I forgot exactly how much. But the one stat I remember is it's exactly it's just as likely that the Bears play the Texans in the Super Bowl this year. That this would happen 5 years in a row to the Leafs. Which,
unfortunately, I just think the Montreal one where they lost last year, there's no excuses for that. They should have beat that team. But this year, you're going against a much better opponent, and it's just Tampa Bay when it comes to the clutch situations. They're just unbeatable, especially Andre Vasilevsky. Like the stats they were throwing around for him in Game 7s, this was the first time since 2020, he is 5-0 in Game 7s, and he had a shutout in every Game 7. This is the first time he hasn't had a shutout in Game 7 in 3 years.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And just Tampa was just the old undefeated after a loss in the playoffs, just kept true through the series and helped to keep it close.
Mhm.
And then, Toronto's cursed. Like,
Toronto's cursed.
you and I had this prediction down. We were like, well, it's Toronto, so game 7 loss. It's Tampa, the defending champs, and we can't trust Toronto to win a series. So,
Bro, you know how close my bracket was to being like almost perfect?
didn't you have the Dallas Stars
I had
in
the
7?
Stars winning. If
In
the
7?
Stars had pulled that one out, I only would have gotten the Wild series wrong.
Yeah.
But we all got that one wrong.
We all got that one wrong. That
Well,
was
Well, yeah,
wouldn't
it's
feel so
because
bad
I was,
about it.
just because I
Also-
perpetuated the bias.
Also, the Wild were good. Also, it would have just felt good, because I got the games right too and stuff, and I was like,
Yeah.
so close. It's not important.
And then all this talk about what's Toronto going to do now? Since I think they have a really good core of players. They just
They
don't
need
fuck it
to, They need to go get people with playoff experience. I was watching a hockey show, and this was a couple months ago, and they were saying Toronto's not going to win the playoffs. What?
nothing.
What's so funny, Hayden?
Nothing.
No, what's so funny?
It's just you're like 2 months behind on YouTube.
Yeah, that's why. It's from like 3 months ago.
Yeah. I think
Anyway.
they should if they can get Barry Trotz. I think that would be huge for the organization.
What they were saying on the show was, excuse me, they were saying Toronto doesn't have that fuck you energy that you needed to win in hockey games. And they need to get some of that. I don't know how you get that, but
Yeah.
they need it. And lo and behold, that's basically what happens. And went and bit him in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that clutch gene. I don't know what it is about Toronto.
Well, they're still like a really young team. Like it took Tampa a lot of losing before they became the juggernaut that they are. And then we can talk all day about the Capitals constantly losing in the second round before they eventually
the second
broke the
round's a
curse.
little better than the first round, though.
Yeah, but it's like the same principle that like you gotta learn what it takes to win. Like this losing only helps fuel the flame that'll help you win in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, and again, if they win against almost any other playoff team, I feel like they would have came ahead. It's just you win against the worst possible matchup, unfortunately, because they were such a good team. And I think it's like Tampa, they didn't overreact when they got swept. I think Toronto needs to do the same thing. Don't overreact. You have a good group of players together. Keep it together. Try to keep the guys, and then go for it next year. See what happens.
Yeah. That's fair.
Valid even.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I in fact I'd go as far as to say as I agree with you.
I'd go as far to say as I concur.
Ooh.
SAT word.
Fancy. Last series, if you wanted to talk about it, the Kings versus the Oilers also went to 7.
Oh, we also have Boston, Carolina, but whatever you want to talk about.
No, we can do
first.
both of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one went 7. The Oilers pulled it out. I was a little worried for a second because Jonathan Quick was having a Jonathan Quick game for the first 2 periods.
Goaltending was just super inconsistent that series.
Yeah.
It's like some days they would just, they got shutouts, and then other days they would just let everything in.
Mm-hmm.
And then Connor McDavid just proved to us, he just carried the Oilers in that series. Oh my God, he just showed why he's the best player in the league.
No, but I was watching. I watched like half of the second and the third of that game, and Jonathan Quick. First of all, the Oilers dominated the second period. They like outshot the Kings 25-6 or something like that.
Yeah.
Insane. And at the end of the second period, the score was 0-0. Jonathan Quick was having a Jonathan Quick game, and I thought that was going to spell doom for the Oilers, except for the fact that LA could not get anything going. Yeah. And when you face enough shots, eventually someone's going to crack, That's what happened.
Yeah. I must say, Adrian Kempe looked good for that series for the Stars, though. He had an overtime game winner, put up a few points. He's going to be a good player for the Kings next season. And then Leon Draisaitl, I think he's playing through an injury right now because he looks a little rough. Oh, and yeah, did you watch? Oh, going back to the other series, did you watch the Tampa Toronto game?
I watched the first half of it.
Oh, okay.
I went to go see a movie in the second half of it.
Gotcha. So it's like Braden Point also left the game with an injury. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, it looked pretty bad. Like he tried to skate and it just looked like he just kept on re-aggravating it. So I don't know if he's going to be good for the second round.
That's not good.
Yeah, especially against Florida.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Florida beat the Caps in 6 games.
Yeah, that was going to happen.
But the Caps looked a lot better than expected.
They did.
They put up a good series, but Florida finally figured out how to just – I think they can only score when you have a 3-goal lead. Because they had the record for most 3-goal comebacks this season. And it's just whenever the Caps had a lead, they were just like, all right, it's time to shine. And they just scored goals like crazy.
No, you're right. Stuff happens like that.
Yeah.
Did you want to get into predictions for the second round before games start tomorrow?
Yeah.
Right.
So
we'll start with the Avalanche Blues. What you got for that one?
I have the Avalanche in that one.
Got the Avalanche?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got the Avalanche in 6. You saw what the Blues could do playing a team like the Wild.
The Blues are so good.
But the Avalanche are also so good.
Yeah. Just the high-end talent. You just can't go against that high-end talent.
The offense is insane.
Yeah.
They put up like 5 goals a game against the Predators in the round 1 series.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Like Wayne Gretzky was saying that he thinks Cale Makar is maybe the best player in the league. Like he was that good against Nashville, but we'll see what happens when you face a better, more physical team in St. Louis.
Right. Hayden, what you got for this series?
Avalanche. Obviously, they're gonna wipe out the Blues. Avalanche.
I have Colorado in 6.
Yeah, I'll be quirky. I'll say Colorado in 7.
How dare you?
Sorry.
How dare you differ from
they're a little cold. They've been sitting on the bench for a while because they swept the Predators.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be rusty.
Yeah, they're gonna need a few games to get back in the gear, and then
I mean, the Blues have also been out of action for like almost a week at this point.
Yeah, but the Avalanche.
The what?
The Avalanche have been out a little bit longer, Jeremy. Come on.
Sorry, you're right.
Get your head in the game.
And then the other Western Conference matchup, it's the Battle of Alberta, Calgary versus Edmonton.
Give me Calgary in 6, 5. Calgary in 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have Calgary in 7 here. I just feel like it's going to be a high-scoring series. Just offenses are going to trade off. Johnny Gaudreau is going to have a night, and McDavid's going to have a night. I think it's going all the way in 7.
The Flames are too good of a team, and they're not facing a goalie as good as Jake Ottinger.
That's a good point, though, because
yeah, they're
it's Flames in 4, guys. Come on, get out of here.
They're not.
Let's be real for ourselves.
You go from Jake Ottinger and anything less, they're gonna be like, oh my god, it's gonna be so easy to score.
So much easier.
Yeah. That's a valid point there. I didn't think about that.
Pucks will actually go into the net. It's gonna be Flames in 4.
Yeah. I think I just want this to go 7 just for the
storyline.
Yeah, because the Battle of Alberta, they're like historic rivals. That I just hope it's a long.
No one cares.
Series. Yeah.
Flames in 4, all the way, baby.
It's just Canada. Who cares about Canada?
Canada's not even real. Come on.
Honestly, I've never even seen it.
I've never even met it.
Look, if I can't see it from my window, it's not real.
Fair enough.
I'm not real, guys. Where am I?
All right. So
I'm out there right now, Jeremy.
You also have the Battle of Florida, too. You have the Florida Panthers versus the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah.
So
this one goes 7.
Yeah.
And who do you have winning in 7?
I'm still deciding.
Yeah. Keep in mind, we don't know what Braden Point's status is.
I've got Florida in 7. Bless you.
Thank you.
I lied. I've got Lightning in 7.
Yeah, because if you have it going to 7, Andrei Vasilevsky's going to pull out some bullshit to win.
Maybe.
Which is why I have Florida going in 6.
Okay.
Because I feel like if it gets to Game 7, Tampa's going to find a way to win it.
I think that Braden Point injury is gonna hurt them a lot.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not. I haven't heard how bad it is. Hopefully it's not bad.
From watching the game, it looked pretty bad.
Mm.
It's just one of those where it's just you're trying to fight through an injury, but you can't, like, you make a movement and you just tweak it.
Right.
And it looked like one of those. So I just don't think if he's going to play, he's not going to be at 100%.
But he already wasn't at 100% then.
Yeah. Like it was a bad. I don't think he's playing the series. It looked bad. He looked like he must have pulled or torn something.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doubling down on Florida. I love their offense. I think they're going in 6.
All right.
That's wrong. Okay. Because the Lightning are going to win in 7, obviously.
Of
That's
course.
what I said.
They're going to three-peat. It's the Lightning. They're good. And you're bad. All right, next series.
Hey, if it goes to 7 games, I agree with you. It's Tampa, which is why I'm saying Florida in 6.
Last series of the second round, we have the New York Rangers playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah. 2 of the best defensive teams in the league. Or
Okay.
2
The Rangers looked so good compared to the Rangers. Sorry,
compared to the Rangers.
sorry, the Hurricanes look so good compared to the Rangers in that last series.
Yeah.
But the Rangers are hot. They just won 3 in a row. So I'm gonna go with the Rangers in 7.
I also have the Rangers in 7. Mostly it's because screw you, Tony DeAngelo. And then Igor Shesterkin really hasn't had a game where he showed his like Vezina caliber potential. Like he hasn't had a game where he just stole one yet. And I feel like we're going to get a few of those games in the series. And I think it's going to be a super low scoring series because Carolina's the best defensive team in the league. I think Frederick Anderson may be back. So you'll have 2 of the best goalies in the league going against each other. And I feel like Igor is going to have, this is the series where he shows us what he's got.
Listen, all I'm saying is the Rangers barely beat a team that, in my opinion, is not as good as the Hurricanes. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
easily.
It's not even close. And
they were on their 3rd string goalie.
Yeah, and they barely won.
Yeah.
I don't feel confident in this Rangers team at all. Hurricanes all the way. In 5, 6.
Yeah.
Hurricanes
To be honest
6.
with you, if I was not biased against Carolina, I would say Carolina.
Yeah.
But since they signed Tony DeAngelo, I am not picking Carolina.
See, I don't trust the Rangers either, but they're hot right now.
So am I. Your
And a
point
team
is
that's hot in the NHL playoffs can be deadly.
uh-huh.
Yeah, they've won 3 straight.
And there's some Rangers players who still have like untapped potential. Like they haven't had good series yet. Like Artemi Panarin hasn't been that great yet. So if Artemi Panarin, like now that he has the overtime game winner in Game 7, maybe he gets a hot streak going.
Yeah, but now they're playing a better team. Like,
but when you're on a hot streak, it doesn't matter who you're facing.
it kind of does.
It does.
I don't care how hot you are. You step in the box against the ring against whoever the best boxer in the entire world, Jeremy Lapidus. Like you're gone. Like it's over.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. All right.
That's all you're saying.
That's all I'm saying. It doesn't matter who you're facing when you're hot. You're still gonna lose when you're bad.
And Carolina's rank is insane. That crowd, that home field advantage, it's insane how loud that building gets. You can really feel the crowd's energy. They have such a home field advantage too. So which is, I think, goes to Game 7. I could easily see Carolina doing it, but I refuse to go vote for Carolina because screw you, Tony DeAngelo. So still going with Rangers in 7.
All right.
So what I learned from this is that Shane thinks the Carolina Hurricanes are going to win. All right.
Yes.
Anyways.
But screw you, Carolina. I have Rangers in 7.
All right. That was some good hockey talk, baby.
Yeah, that was... Yeah.
Oh, one last question I want to float by you, Jeremy. Yeah. So this may be Patrice Bergeron's last season. Do you think he's going to retire, or do you think he's going to stay another year?
He'll play again.
Yeah.
He still played good this season, and doesn't want to go out like that, I'm sure.
Yeah. And if he does retire, the Bruins are fucked because they have no center depth without him.
They're already fucked. The Bruins
Yeah.
are dead. They brought back the perfection line, and it wasn't enough.
Yeah. And they just don't have any offensive depth, and they don't have Tuukka. It's just kind of a team.
Yep.
They're stuck in mediocrity right now. Like, they've got a lot of good pieces, but they don't have
the Penguins and
yeah.
the Capitals are all in the same spot. They all have their old aging superstars, and they need to decide whether or not they should blow it up.
Yeah.
They're not competing for titles anymore.
So here's the thing.
The Bruins are in a better spot than the Capitals.
I
Yes.
disagree. The Capitals have their stars locked down. Bergeron is potentially retiring this season, and also a few other things. But the Caps have better goaltending.
What? Are you kidding?
I said it. I stand by it.
Their goaltending is so inconsistent.
And they have.
Linus Ullmark were more consistent this year.
Do you not understand who the Capitals have? They have the greatest Seattle Kraken goalie of all time, Vitek Vanacek.
Yeah, but Charlie McAvoy and David Pastrnak are still pretty young and in their prime still.
Yeah,
and then Capitals, they're all really
say
old.
that the Bruins are in a better spot. I don't think they have.
I trust the potential of Samsonov and Vitek Vanacek rather than Ullmark and Swayman.
Yeah, but it's just, again, potential. We got to wait for it, and just who knows what they're also in a much worse salary cap situation.
That's true. I didn't think about that. Because
Marchand's contract, Marchand and Pastrnak both have really good contracts. So if they need to sign somebody in free agency, they have the money to do it, especially if Bergeron's retiring.
Right.
Like, let's say if Johnny Gaudreau, for whatever reason, doesn't sign with Calgary, like, they can offer him that contract.
I could see it if they had lost Game 7 last night.
Yeah, if I'm Johnny Gaudreau, I'm leaving if they lost Game 7. But since they made it to the second round, if they go on a deep run, I think he's resigning.
We'll see. What happens. Anyway, the NHL isn't the only sport with playoffs that are going on right now.
Yeah.
The NBA's got
Jeremy, that's the baseball one.
No, it's not.
Sorry, my glasses are off. I thought I saw the Brewers logo.
Where?
Timberwolves.
All right, then, Hayden.
I mean, it's like they're close enough to each other. Minnesota, Milwaukee, it's like next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota, Milwaukee.
You all are so much.
Yes, because Minnesota's known for its winning culture.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you got A-Rod now there. Anyways.
It's a good thing you didn't let me rant about that Minnesota-St. Louis series.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
What's his face? He's not good anymore. I'm blanking on the name. CP3.
Yes, we'll start over there. The Suns and the Mavericks went to Game 7. It was a highly competitive series through the first 6 games.
Yeah.
And then the Game 7 happened.
Yeah.
Phoenix choked.
I was sitting there and I was flipping between. I was watching the hockey games mostly because they were good. But I flipped over in the fourth quarter and I see the Suns are losing by 43. So naturally what I do is I go onto my phone and I look up what's the largest playoff loss of all time. And if your team is on the receiving end of a Google search of that, if you are asking the question, if you are asking the question, what is the largest blowout of all time by in a playoff game, something's gone horribly wrong. The answer was 58, by the way. They only lost by 33.
Only 33.
Only 33. So they really came back.
Well, did you see the stat with Luka?
No.
He had more points than the Suns at halftime.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luka went off.
Luka did go off.
Luka went off. He was like, it's time for superstars to step up in Game 7.
Yeah.
That's when the stars shine the brightest. And he was like, yes, it's my turn. Fuck you, the Suns.
Didn't the Suns like have some drama? Like they benched one of their centers or something?
No, I don't think so. If they did, I didn't hear about it.
No. Didn't they want to? No, someone complained. There was an article. I mean, I don't know if this is the same thing Shane was talking about. But there was an article about how they should have benched CP3.
Well, after game 2, first of all, he turned 37. Happy birthday, Chris Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And then he immediately started playing bad. So
It's like the reverse birthday luck.
yeah. So it's something about that number. Just wasn't it for him. He's getting old. Obviously, 37 in a game like basketball where you
It's
need
tough.
to be incredibly in shape. Also, he's not the tallest dude. You know, you see him against these players.
He
He's
looks
generally-
like
He looks like a tiny man. Don't be fooled. He is 6 feet tall.
Wait, he's only 6 feet. That's
no,
dang
yeah,
short for me.
and like he looks like me.
he looks like he's 5'5" on the
Yeah,
court.
and
Um,
it's ridiculous.
But obviously he's a future Hall of Famer. And the question is, how many seasons does he have left?
I mean, what was his regular season numbers? I feel like that's more indicative.
He was good in the regular season. He was good up until game 3 of this series.
Well, yeah.
Well, so he's still gonna get a
And he's-
contract somewhere.
He's still
He's still
under
got
contract.
time left on his contract. He's under contract.
He's under contract until.
I think he's got 2 years on his contract.
I'm trying to find it on Basketball Reference, but it's being very rude to me.
CP3 contract. 4 years. He's free agent in 2025. So what's that?
That's 3 more.
That's like 3 years.
It's 2 more years on his contract because it was a 4-year contract and he's played 2 years.
Signed
with
a
Phoenix.
4-year deal with the Suns.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to be a free agent in 2025.
So it's like 3 seasons.
He averaged 15 points a game this season. 15 points a game, 10 assists. That's solid numbers.
So he's still got a few years. He's still got some years left.
Hopefully.
At least one. Well, yeah, we'll see. Because you never know when they're gonna.
He just
fall
took a
off.
nosedive once he turned 37. So that's why people are worried.
Yeah, no, I mean he had a better year than he did last year.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's done. It's just, first of all, he's never won a ring, and that's something that people are going to talk about for a long time.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things in professional sports. If you don't have a championship, it's gonna go against your resume hard.
He's a future Hall of Famer. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
There's no question in 99% of people's minds. But
it's always gonna hurt your legacy not having that ring.
9-time All Defensive, 10-time All NBA,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Rookie of the
also, like,
Year.
Rookie of the Year, and also he's the president of the NBA PA. He's been that for a while. No, he's not that anymore, but he was for a long time. He's done a lot of really awesome stuff off the court. He won an award for like helping girls get into basketball and stuff and running something like that, and also for historically black colleges and universities, something like that. He won an award for that as well. He's done a lot of good on and off the court. He's a Hall of Famer. The question is just how many more years does he have being good? Because we saw what happens when he's bad. The Suns are in trouble. And I don't know. I think he's got a couple years left in it, honestly.
Yeah.
The Suns are a team that they'll just retool. Excuse me. They were hurt. Devin Booker got hurt, and he wasn't 100%. And that hurt them a lot. So
When your 2 star players, aren't playing like they normally do, that definitely.
yeah.
That's
Injuries are a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other series, the Golden State Warriors moved on.
Yeah, no
Congrats.
surprises there.
No surprises there. We talked about that one a bunch last show.
Mm-hmm.
So go
We
back.
did talk-
Anyway, Heat 76ers, that game finished up. That one finished up. Not much of note there. Heat 1 and 6.
And then you get to the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes. Yeah.
What a series that was.
It's a very fun series. If Chris Middleton was playing, it's one of those what if scenarios. You never know what would have happened. But the Celtics got hot shooting, and the Bucks did not get hot shooting in Game 7, and that spelled the end of it.
So what you're saying is getting hot matters.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying this entire time.
Yeah. Right, Hayden?
What I heard was that they're missing one of the greatest players in the game right now, and
Having Chris Middleton would have made this a much closer game than it was. Because Chris Middleton is a very, very good 3-point shooter.
Very good player.
Very elite 3-point shooter.
One would say. Okay, well, I'll stop.
But the Celtics move on. I think it is the Celtics' trophy to lose at this point.
I mean, I feel like. Is it?
I think so.
I think Golden State's got a.
Golden State was struggling against a Ja Morant-less Grizzlies team.
Yeah, but you saw their record without Morant. What were they like?
It's Ja Morant. Man.
I know.
You're not better. They were 20-5.
Yeah.
They're not better without Morant. I don't know who's pushing that. It's wrong.
I know, it's stupid. That's why I just said it, was because it's a dumb narrative. But nah, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's the Celtics to lose. Just they're the best all-around team so far.
Yeah. That defense.
And when you dethrone the champs, I know they were missing one of their best players, but still dethroning that team, like you're the automatic team to beat now. But I think the Heat and Bucks series should be really good.
I think all the
Yeah,
series
2-1
left
seeds.
are good.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You think Golden State is a good matchup against the Dallas Mavericks?
Oh my God. If you watch the the Dallas versus Golden State games in the regular season, those were so much fun. They're both high octane offenses, and they both can shoot, and those games are a lot of fun to watch.
So which team wins that series?
Golden State, I think.
All right.
Golden State in 7. They're home. They're the home team. Yeah, Golden State in 7. Luka might pull some crazy out of his ass, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Mavs win this series, honestly.
Yeah. I have Golden State in 6, and I still have my Celtics prediction, so we'll have that one go strong. Let's say that one goes, say 6 games.
Hayden, did you have an opinion on the Golden State series?
I think Golden State wins. I think Golden State Celtics is a fun matchup. I mean, my bracket's completely ruined at this point, so I think Golden State Celtics would be a fun series to watch. Watching a former super duper dynasty play
They took
against
1
a really
year
good
off. They're still dynasty-esque.
Yeah, they're still a dynasty with the numbers.
It's not as dominant as it was.
Yeah. And then Celtics Heat. I've got the Celtics in 6. The Celtics defense is too good. Jimmy Butler is very good at basketball, but he's not enough, honestly. One thing to watch out for, Marcus Smart, he got hurt. The MRI came back negative, but it's still something to keep an eye on there for the Celtics.
So true.
All right, is that all we have for basketball?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
No, what else do you have, Jeremy?
No, I got a text.
Oh, everything okay, Jeremy?
Yeah, everything's great.
Yeah.
All right. Should we move on to baseball now?
Should we?
I mean, there's not a whole lot that happened in baseball. I got a notification while we were sitting here that I thought was scary. We kind of talked about the whole Reds, Pirates no hitter. That's not really a no hitter. Hunter Green had a good start for the first time in a hot minute. A rookie who throws absolute gas. He's throwing like the most 100 plus mile per hour fastballs in the league by a wide margin. He's just scary. I wouldn't want to face that, but apparently, no, it's not apparently. He just doesn't have any secondary pitches. He throws like his fastball 60% of the time, and these are big league hitters. They can time that up eventually, which sucks for him. He's got to develop his secondary stuff.
He's also got to develop a little more control.
Yeah,
just a bit.
Also, just he's also facing the Pirates, so I wouldn't take too much stock into what happened.
I don't know. A no-hitter's a no-hitter.
It wasn't a no-hitter, though.
Yeah.
He threw 7 1/3 no-hit innings.
But the Pirates had a no-hitter.
No.
No.
The Reds did.
The Reds had a no-hitter through 8 innings. They threw 8 no-hit innings and
Oh,
lost.
okay.
But they only pitched 8 innings. So, because they were the away team, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, they were the away team.
So they didn't get to throw again because they gave up a run on, a walk and then a fielder's choice or whatever.
Fielder's choice, yeah. They walked the bases loaded.
And then they had a
gave up
fielder's
a
choice, which they got an out, but didn't get the runner at home. So
Exactly.
it doesn't count as a hit.
Oh, because I thought you sent a text in the group chat saying that they got a no-hitter or something.
I did.
Yeah, no. So they got no hit. They won the game without getting a hit.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. That doesn't
It's happened
happen.
6 times in baseball history.
Where you win a game without getting a hit.
Which for those counting is very rare.
It's very rare. 6 times in baseball history. I mean, we can go back and we can, do a little, full circle moment with the whole us being on Zoom talk show. I can talk about Bud Glavine.
No, we're not talking about Bud Glavine.
Not again. I'm gonna leave
I
this
hate
call if we
that
go into
man.
that discussion again.
And we can just talk about how old baseball history is. It's 140 years old at this point. Excuse me. I don't know if my microphone picked that up.
You're good. We didn't hear it.
Beautiful. Totally did not just fart the loudest I've ever farted.
Yeah, definitely didn't hear it.
Baked beans for you. Anyways,
So is that pretty much it for baseball?
that's it for baseball. I'm quick looking to see if I missed anything. What did I miss?
Hold up a second.
I'm holding.
First of all, that was not the no-hitter that we talked about was not the only no-hitter that was thrown this week.
Oh, this was probably the one that you texted about.
It was not.
Or is
You
that
were
the
in-
one from?
You were in the room with me, Shane.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, Reed
the,
Detmers.
Angels, right?
Yeah.
Reed Detmers. Yeah,
He threw a no-hitter.
I don't know how he got a 2K no hitter in basketball. I don't know how.
Man, this felt such a long week.
Right?
Yeah.
I forgot that happened. I'm gonna be completely honest.
It's like so much happened this week.
I like how Jeremy. My favorite thing from that no hitter was Jeremy walked into the room after it happened, right? And he was like, Reed Detmers threw a no hitter, and then for whatever reason he assumed I wouldn't know who Reed Detmers was.
Who knows who Reed Detmers is?
I do. He was a top prospect. He was
He's a rookie.
drafted. He was drafted where he was because he was one of those arms that was didn't have a super high ceiling, but was pretty much ready for the big leagues. So he had a couple of minor league starts, and then my favorite thing, also my second favorite thing about this no hitter was Madden, the Angels manager, before the game started, was talking to the press and was like, yeah, we're going to kind of play it by ear with Detmers. We might send him down to AAA to get more seasoning. And then, we were we gave him a couple things to work on, see how he does with these changes. And those changes worked.
I'd say so.
I'd say so. No hitting a team is pretty hard to do.
He only gave up 1 walk. He was that close.
It was pretty funny watching because we were watching a playoff game. I think it was Toronto Tampa, and then we were like, "All right, there's a thing happening in baseball, but we got to change the channel." And I'm like, "Okay." And then we get to the 8th inning, and then for some reason, they have an outfielder pitching, and then what?
Yep.
You said a guy was batting lefty
yeah,
when he was a
no.
righty.
Yep, yeah.
Brett Phillips. They had Brett Phillips pitching.
It's
He's
Brett
like,
Phillips pitching.
Yeah.
honestly, he's gonna get two-way status at this point. He's thrown like
He
4
deserves it.
innings. He's
Bro,
thrown like 4 innings at this
He
point.
has a solid ERA too. It's not like he's
Let me. I gotta pull up Brett Phillips' pitching stats. Give me a second.
Brett Phillips, what he does is he pitches 2 innings at a time. His first inning is a 1-2-3 inning every single time. His second inning, he gives up like 5 runs.
He's thrown 3 innings. He has. He's given up 3 home runs. And one of them was against Anthony Rendon swinging lefty.
Uh-huh.
His first home run from the left side, by the
His
way.
first at bat from the left side.
Yeah, like Anthony Rendon might be a switch hitter. Can we just talk about how good that top of the order is, though?
Yeah.
Like now that like Taylor Ward,
Yeah, the emergence of Taylor Ward there.
and then now you have
Taylor
him.
Ward.
It's him, and then it was Hani, and then Trout, and then Rendon.
Yeah.
Who?
And then you got Marsh, who's having a good season.
Yeah, you have Marsh. I'm trying to remember. You got David Fletcher.
David Fletcher.
But no, you got like Jared Walsh. Max Sassy has COVID right now, but he's a really good catcher. It's just
Kurt Suzuki.
Kurt Suzuki. Is Kurt Suzuki out too? What is Kurt Suzuki out with? I think Kurt Suzuki's on the COVID IL too.
No, not Kurt Suzuki.
I wonder how that's a surprise.
Is
Yeah.
it? You said it like it's not.
This is the same guy who. Do I need to pull up the Kurt Suzuki picture?
Sure.
I'm pulling up the Kurt Suzuki
I don't know what
picture.
you're talking about.
I'm gonna put it on the
Never
stream.
mind. Different Suzuki.
Are you thinking of Ichiro?
Seiya? He's on the Chicago. Yeah,
Seiya
Seiya. Yeah.
Suzuki. Yeah.
Yeah.
Seiya, I love Seiya.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much since the first week.
That's true.
Like he came out all guns. He came out firing.
Yeah, my grandpa's a little upset about that.
And he hasn't done anything.
Why is he a Chicago fan or?
Yeah. Let me see if this will work properly. Give me a second. I'm gonna put it. I'll send it in the Discord real quick if you guys have Discord open still.
Yeah.
So while you're doing that,
Yeah. Go ahead. Talk about things.
Brett Phillips wasn't the only. Oh.
What? What the heck is this?
It is Kurt Suzuki, with Donald Trump wearing a MAGA hat, doing the Titanic pose.
Yeah.
Okay. Good for him.
That's why I'm not super surprised. But
I thought this was Photoshop.
no, this is real. This happened.
Yeah.
During their, because the Nats won the World Series. Kurt Suzuki was
Yeah.
one of their 2 catchers on that team, and so they all did the White House visit, as most sports teams do. But
Well,
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I can't tell if this is supposed to be Photoshopped or not.
no, that's a very real image.
Okay.
It was like, thanks, Kurt.
Anyway, Brett Phillips wasn't the only player pitcher to pitch this week. We also had the pitching debut of Albert Pujols last night.
The Machine. That's his nickname, by the way, Shane. It's the Machine.
Albert Pujols, future Hall of Famer, almost got through a scoreless inning. He got to 2/3 of a scoreless inning, and then he gave up 2 home runs.
Oof. It's going so well.
It was going so well. We love Albert Pujols.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, it's Albert Pujols. I mean, he's 42 years old, and he's, just like, yeah, I'll pitch. Why not?
I mean, we're up 15-1.
Might as well. Give him a chance. Jeremy.
Yes.
Oh wait, he's retiring this year. Never mind. It's already been announced. I was gonna ask Pujols. He's retiring because I mean, like, he's at 681 home runs.
Yeah.
There's no way he gets to 700 now, which kind of sucks.
How often is he playing?
He's played in 17 games so far.
How many games have the Cardinals played?
The Cardinals have played, quick math, 34.
Okay, so he's gonna play around 80 games. How many homers he got right
He's
now?
got 2.
And how many does he need to get to 700?
19 more.
It's possible.
It's possible. I don't think
It's
it's
very
happening.
possible.
I don't think it's happening.
Because he's gonna play about half the games. And then he's also gonna get some pinch hit opportunities.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah. I mean, I can too. It's just, you know. I think it would be really cool if Albert Pujols had 700 home runs. I just don't think it's going to happen, unfortunately.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Does postseason count in that?
No.
Okay.
This is just regular season home runs. Let me see if any player is just absolutely amazing other than Manny Machado.
Arenado's having a solid year.
Arenado's having a solid year, but Manny Machado is just so much better that it's, like, ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, Arenado's starting to pass him the defensive metrics because Machado started out amazingly, and Arenado's kind of having a cold start defensively.
Yeah, he's
but-
doing really well from a fantasy team.
Who? Arenado?
I have
But
Machado.
Arenado-
Oh, yeah. And Manny Machado's the best player in the league right now.
Yeah.
Like, offensively. Mike Trout is,
Mike Trout's got a better stat. I forget which one it is. But Mike Trout's better than Manny Machado at one thing.
He's better he's walking more, he's hitting for more power.
I was watching a video. I forget which one it was.
His regression, because they're both going to regress somewhat, because, you know,
Yeah.
it's still a limited sample size. We're only a month and a half into the season. But Mike Trout's regression is going to be a little bit less. Because he just has a lower BABIP, which...
Bryce Harper's also having a good year.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper can't play the field for, like, over a month.
Why?
He has not a tore. What's like a slightly less than a tear?
Strain?
No, maybe it is a tear. It's like a small tear in his UCL. On his throwing arm.
It's either
No, he has a small tear in his UCL.
either a tear, a strain, or a pull.
Yeah, he's a small tear in his UCL.
He's a small tear in his UCL, so he can't throw.
Mm.
So he's limited to the DH, which means the Phillies are now forced to play Kyle Schwarber and Castellanos in the outfield.
They were doing that anyway.
I mean, not when Harper was able to throw.
No, they were. Before Harper got hurt, on a Sunday night game, they had Harper DHing.
Yeah, I mean, Harper has had what? Let me look. Harper has been DHing. What?
Yeah, they've been doing it anyway.
Yeah, I thought he's been a DH for the whole year.
He's only played 8 games in right field.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've been
How
doing
did
it
I-
anyway.
How did I miss that? Why?
It doesn't make any sense to me either, Hayden, but they've been doing it anyway.
He knows about some random Angels prospect, but he forgets that. Harper
I don't
is
watch the
designated-
Phillies. I don't watch enough. I know he was on the Phillies. What do you mean? I just assumed. I'm sorry. I assumed that they would.
What did they say about assumptions?
I would assume they would let the guy who could like actually half decently play defense. But you know.
Hayden. Did you know that it's the Phillies?
Yeah, Bryce Harper isn't on the Nationals.
And it's Joe Girardi.
Why would they do that?
I don't know, Hayden.
What? Make it make sense. Also, before the Nationals beat them on Saturday, the Astros had like an 11-game win streak.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, they've been really good. They're only 1 game back now. Actually, no, they're not any games back. Because the Angels will play 2 more games. But the Astros are like
The Astros
one
were on
win
an 11
behind.
game win streak, and then they gave up 13 runs to the Nationals.
And then they destroyed them the next day.
Yeah, but in their win streak, before they gave up 13 runs to the Nats, they'd only given up 12 runs total.
And then that got equaled by the Nats.
Passed.
I mean,
Oh, wait. Did you say the Nats or the Pats?
The Nats.
The Nats.
Okay.
Passed is what he said.
Passed. All right. I'm like, who the
Because
fuck are the
they gave
Pats?
up 12 in the 11-game win streak. And they
Yeah.
got 13 put on them by the Nats in that
Gotcha.
Saturday game. And then they won like 8-3.
8-0.
Gotcha.
8-0. My bad. I'm sorry. I was,
He
trying
was
to.
too busy watching the Phillies.
I was too busy watching C with Jason Momoa. I wasn't watching it with Jason Momoa. He's just in it. I want to clarify. Jason Momoa has not been in this room.
Okay, that's a good clarification.
You're welcome.
Ugh.
But yeah, that's like pretty much it. Why are they? Why,
I don't know.
Jeremy? It's like it makes no sense.
He can't throw.
No, before.
Oh, before he had the
they were
injury?
still DHing him. Like a majority of the time. I don't.
Maybe the injury was kind of like more prevalent than it just hasn't gotten out that much, maybe? They were just trying to cover up the injury?
Aiden, I could not tell you.
I don't know, man. Freddie Freeman's doing really well with the Dodgers. And Jeremy Pena is really good with the Astros, and he's a rookie. Congrats, Jeremy Pena.
I'm sorry to rattle your world like this, Hayden.
Let's go, Jeremy Pena. Win Rookie of the Year. Carlos Correa, who? Exactly, because he's hurt. Loser. Like, fractured his middle finger.
We have Byron Buxton health update. He's not hurt yet.
He's not hurt.
Yet.
Not hurt yet. He was hurt. He missed a couple games, but, he's back on the field.
For now.
For now. Until he misses another couple games. It's
Yeah.
better than the alternative.
And then another couple games. And then another couple games.
Yeah.
That's your weekly Byron Buxton health update.
That's your weekly Byron Buxton health update. Who didn't a player flip off the fans? I can't remember who it was.
It was probably
Hold on, Ryan Hartman.
yeah, someone did that. I forget who.
I don't remember we talked about that on here.
I don't remember. That happened.
Tim Anderson. He flipped off Cleveland fans.
Mm.
That was that was like 3 weeks ago. We probably did talk about that, or we didn't talk about it because we were on the radio and they have weird rules where like
Oh.
yeah.
Well, we talked
Not
about the
against-
Ryan
it's not
Hartman
against the rules
incident.
to talk about it.
Mm,
Yeah, we can just say, hey, he flipped this guy off.
yeah.
As long as we don't curse, I think.
All right, Jeremy.
Yeah.
I want you to pick I'm picking a stat.
Okay.
Who leads the league in ISO?
What is ISO?
Isolated slugging. It's you subtract your slugging percentage from your batting average.
Okay.
So it's who hits the ball for the most extra base hits.
Cool.
You can get anyone in the top 5. I'll give you a gold star.
A gold star?
Yeah, Shane,
Okay.
you can play too.
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper is number 4.
Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge is number 2.
Mike Trout.
Ding ding ding! Shane gets the gold star. Take that, Jeremy.
Damn it! I wanted the gold star.
Expect that in 5 to 7 business days. Also, that'll be $500. Shipping is very expensive.
Fuck you.
Maybe it's.
I ain't paying your rent with that.
Oh dang it! How did he? He salted my plan. But
Nice.
yeah, that's all I had for baseball.
That's perfect because it's NFL time.
There's
Is it
NFL news.
time? There's NFL news. What
There's
happened?
NFL news.
What happened?
What happened?
Tell us.
Jarvis Landry signed with the Saints.
Oh yeah, they really did need wide receiver. What's going on with
Michael
who's
Thomas.
Yeah,
He's
Michael
supposed to be
Thomas.
back. He's supposed to be
Okay.
back. But now they got a second dude.
Did the Saints draft a wide receiver? I can't remember.
I don't think so. I can't remember either.
Because I know that was one of their biggest needs. I just don't remember them drafting anybody high profile.
Saints.
Yeah, but that will really help their wide receiver depth if they have Thomas coming back.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean,
yeah, they drafted a wide receiver. They drafted Chris Olave.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty
That's a solid
good.
receiver room.
That's a solid, yeah.
The Packers extended Jair Alexander, gave him the biggest contract for a quarterback in league history. So congrats to him.
Really?
Then
Do you think he deserves it? I don't know.
Jair Alexander is very good at football.
All right.
And
So I figured he surpassed Jalen Ramsey's contract.
No, he surpassed Denzel Ward's contract.
Okay. Oh, he's a safety.
No, he's a
Wait.
quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Jalen Ramsey signed the biggest contract, but then Ward signed the biggest contract this year.
And then Jair Alexander.
And then Jair Alexander.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, it's like the quarterbacks all over again.
Yeah, it's gonna happen to every position. You have to keep re-upping. That's just how it works. If you want a premier guy. And then the biggest piece of NFL news. In a tweet put out by Drew Brees yesterday, he hinted at a comeback to the New Orleans
Oh
Saints.
my God.
Let me pull up this tweet real quick.
Oh God.
Initial reactions.
I don't think he's coming back.
How old is he?
He's got to be in his
It's
40s.
like 40.
I mean,
I think he's getting jealous of Tom Brady. He's like, well, if this guy can do it, why not me?
when
All right.
was his last playing year?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Here's the tweet. Man, signing at Jarvis Landry and at Tyrann Mathieu makes me want to come back and play again. Great additions, leaders and players.
That's
Follow-up tweet. Despite speculation from media about my future this fall, I'm currently undecided. I may work at NBC. I may play football again. I may focus on business and philanthropy. I may train for the pickleball tour, senior golf tour, coach my kids, or all of the above. I'll let you know.
Yeah, I think he's just fucking with us.
Yeah. You
He's probably just fucking with us.
You really,
Yeah.
Jeremy, get out of here with that. That's it, Jeremy. You're banned from
Yeah.
Hayden's question of the week.
I shouldn't have read you the second tweet.
The first tweet was obvious too.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Man, signing two people makes me want to come back and play again.
That's just like him like talking about how great of additions they are. They're like, man, like I wish.
I would have loved to throw to those.
Yeah.
One of them's a goddamn safety.
That's why I said him.
Your mother's a goddamn safety. I'm just joshing.
I was gonna say if he
I'm just
came
joshing.
out of retirement to play for the Saints, I'm like, well, what's probably gonna happen is another first round exit to the Vikings because why the fuck not?
Right. All I'm saying to you is he hinted at it and there's a chance.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not a great chance.
It's not going to happen.
Jeremy, $5 says it doesn't happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
500. No.
There's a chance. You said
I
a
gotta
month's
pay
worth of rent?
More than a month's worth of rent. Remember when I boys?
I'm gonna put my month's rent up in Vegas.
Anyway, that was the NFL news. I know there wasn't much, but there was some big stuff there.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, the Drew Brees coming back.
It was big news. It was
Because
big
there's
news.
nothing else going on. So
Yeah.
we're speculating whether this guy's gonna come out of retirement.
You know what? Fuck you guys. Hayden's question of the week.
Hayden's question of the week. Okay, so this one is this one's more of a story than a question.
Gotcha.
But it's something that happened to me at work today. Which that's a record. That's like the first time in like 3 weeks where I didn't come up with a question during the show. And so like props to me.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. As you can tell, I put in so much hard work and effort into coming up with these great questions. And so, without further ado, I pulled down my mask to drink some water, right?
Uh-oh.
And my coworker was like, "You know what you look like, or who you look like?"
Oh my god.
And now, I
Oh,
thought
no.
there's multiple ways this can go.
Yeah.
I keep getting, a wise old man. I get a cult leader. I get Jesus.
Still
now-
a cult leader.
And now the one I wasn't ready for was Tarzan.
What?
No! Tarzan didn't have a beard.
Yes, he did.
Depends on your depiction
Which
of Tarzan.
which version of Tarzan?
Uh,
There's like so many, but the one I know of doesn't have one.
the not animated version.
Yeah, the Disney movie,
Oh.
he doesn't have a beard.
Yeah, that's the one I'm picturing.
But, I mean, I don't know. But, like, I was like, yes, me, Tarzan, big and strong, king of the jungle.
All I'm saying is, Tarzan was a big buff man.
And
Hayden
that
Bremer,
is what I
Not
am.
a big buff man.
All
Yeah.
130 pounds of them.
Yeah.
Tarzan raised by monkeys. Not Tarzan. Hayden.
Raised by humans.
Not raised by monkeys.
True.
Hmm.
You bring up some solid points.
So is there like a question of the week, or is that
I'm
is that it?
I'm confused, honestly, and I was just hoping I could get some answers from you guys. Like, I don't
As
know
to
what
why
that
someone
means.
would think that?
I don't know what that means. Was that a compliment? Was
I
that
think
an
it was.
insult?
I think it was a compliment.
Was it? They were like, "Man, you look like you haven't seen society in 15 years." Like, maybe you should cut.
That's one way to
shave.
take it.
Maybe you should cut your hair a little bit and shave. I don't know what's happening.
I think it was a compliment.
I'm losing my mind. I've worked at this building for 5 days straight now. I've logged over 50 hours almost. I'll log 50 hours tomorrow. It'll be my 50th hour after 6 days straight. Yeah. I'm losing my mind. That's my question. Your answers. Go.
Yes.
Good answer. Shane?
No.
You're wrong.
I categorically disagree with you. I cannot believe you just said that.
Jeremy, what are you most looking forward to this week?
This week?
This coming week?
I'm
It could be
to-
sports.
I'm going to Israel.
Going to Israel.
Yeah.
That's lame.
Right.
Shane?
Okay. Sorry.
I've got a charity hockey tournament coming up this weekend, so
That's
we'll be
fun.
playing in that. Yeah.
That's fun. I hope you guys raise a lot of money. What's the
yeah.
charity for? What's the
It's
charity?
this is the Nick Phillips Foundation. So unfortunately, he's one of the guys I grew up playing with. He was always around the rink. He was a goalie, and then he passed away from suicide, I think last year. And so this is the foundation, to support like mental health awareness and stuff like that.
It wasn't the People Who Look Like Tarzan Foundation.
No.
No.
No, it's not.
No, no, like that's such of all of the comparisons of all the things it could be.
I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
I was just my coworker just started laughing.
What fucking off-brand Tarzan did she watch?
I don't know it.
Or he?
It was she.
She. All right.
Yeah, I was confused. I see her tomorrow. Maybe I can ask for more answers.
I don't know if you want more answers.
I don't know either. What I'm looking forward to this week is I'm gonna go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm doing this week. I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna watch more
Working?
C. Yeah, actually, I work. Yeah, I'm more excited for next week, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'll have been paid. Then I'm going to DC for a day. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a fun week.
I start working again Monday, so
Woo! Let's go! Capitalism.
Make that money.
We love capitalism. Right,
Hey,
guys?
I need gambling money. I gotta stock up on my gambling
Yeah.
money.
We need
I
gambling.
can't wait to lose it all.
I mean,
Celebrate.
Jeremy, what I told Shane was if he wins a ton of money playing poker, he has to like split the winnings with us because we taught him how to play.
It's true.
It is true.
We need it. We need a 10% cut.
We need 10%
That,
cut.
okay. If that's if.
You could also buy out my 10% cut with 1 month's rent.
If I am honored enough, lucky enough to get that much money in Vegas, yeah.
Okay.
10% cut.
10% cut. We get like
if I make
$5.
Hey, that's solid money.
No,
right there.
I lose money, so you actually have to like
We have
pay
to
me.
pay.
You owe me negative. You have to give me money because that's how bad I did.
Mm-hmm. Just do good, please.
All right. I believe in you.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah. We'll be practicing with my family, so like hopefully it would be a good turnout.
Hopefully.
Shane just got like really loud all of a
You
sudden.
did
for
get
me.
I thought because I was playing with the screen button and I clicked the button I had clicked on the entire time and then that happened. So I thought I did something wrong.
No, like Shane, you just like went up like 2 tiers of volume. Like
Maybe it's just like where
all
I
the-
placed the microphone.
I don't know. It was just like at the very end of that sentence, you went up, and it was just I was not ready for that. Are we wrapping up?
Yeah, I was about
It's
to
11.
wrap up. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you so much for tuning in. Oh, sorry, window. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Triple Threat Show on YouTube. I have been your host, Jeremy Lapidus, joined as always by my 2 friends and co-hosts.
Shane.
And
Hayden Raymer
thank you so much for listening.
and watching.
And watching, yes. I'm not sure if we'll do a show next week. As I
Shane and
mentioned,
I
I
will.
will be up in Israel. Look out for Hayden and Shane on their turn to host the show. I'm excited for it. I will tune in if I can.
You can just watch the replay because it's on YouTube.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
Anyway, I will try to be there. Show up next week. We'll have a completely different show. I don't know if they have guests planned.
Ooh. You can get like a revolving door of guests, Shane.
You could, you guys again. It's a setup like this. We can get as many guests as we want in the show, and you guys.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about
We'll
it more.
figure it out. Okay.
Anyway.
I have ideas.
All right. Anyway,
No
thank you so much,
sports.
everyone. Have a good night.